Alright, what's up y'all? It's LakerFan here. As you can see by the title of today's video, I got the best PUMA Mania tips for y'all in today's vid. So we're going to go ahead and go over things like your lineup, wheel spins, best methods to do, what gets the most rep as far as gameplay stuff. And we'll start you off with the best and most important tip of them all. But real quick, if you could drop a like on this video, if it helps you in any way, I'd really appreciate it. But anyway, without further ado, we'll get straight into this. As you can see, we're going to have some gameplays playing in the background as well. In this video, we have two bigs, and I'm just going to show you like a couple methods of what gets the best rep, but also to not really get too enamored with forcing it for the rep. But anyway, real quick, first of all, the number one and most important rule of them all is be sure to get infected ASAP, alright? You gotta just make sure that you get infected as soon as possible. So, for those who don't know what PUMA is, essentially, it starts off, I think, at like 3 a.m. Eastern time by Friday night, but like technically Saturday morning. So just keep that in mind. Saturday morning, quote unquote. And if you get infected as soon as possible, it will allow you to, every 24-hour interval, gain another additional multiplier on your rep. So it starts with double after like you get infected after playing like a couple games, probably like 3 or 4. Sometimes it may even take like 5, but it just takes a couple games to get infected. You don't have to win them. All you have to do is play and participate, and you get infected over time. But anyway, like I said, just play a couple games, you'll get infected, you'll have 24 hours of double rep from that point until the next 24 hours, and then after that 24-hour interval hits, you're going to go ahead and get triple after that, and then after that 24 hours you get quadruple as well. Now the reason I say it's so important to get infected ASAP is that you get that 24-hour interval sooner than other people would if you hit it, like, you know, as soon as the thing comes out. If people go to sleep, you know, and honestly, this video is more entailed in like made for the true grinders who, you know, really care about this stuff. I understand a lot of y'all who are watching this, you're like, yo, these no lifes are up here staying up till 3 a.m. just to get their like double rep sooner. Listen, I'm gonna put it like this. I want to go for legend this year. Me as a creator, it makes a whole lot of sense to. I'm gonna be doing that as soon as possible. But this is the other thing too. As far as like tips of what to do, I suggest you guys to hit that double, like get that double rep as soon as possible, but don't fiend over the double rep. You can get double rep at any time in 2K. What I'm telling y'all to do this so early for is that if you get it at 3 a.m., 48 hours from then, you'll have quadruple rep for literally 24 hours. If you wait and go to sleep and waste like literally 10 hours past that point, you have only 14 hours of quadruple rep to that point. So just keep that in mind. Like I said, the sooner you hit it, the more it helps you in every single interval of that phase. So anyway, we'll move along to the next tip. Honestly, as far as having a slashing build or a playmaking build is very key. Like, you get a lot more points for catching alley-oops and stuff like that. And in case y'all don't know, alley-oops and contact dunks are definitely like the two best things to do as far as getting your rep. I mean, that's gonna, like I said, the points that it gives you are tremendously higher than the others. For every contact dunk that you get on twos with a slashing build, you get almost 1,000, and then with a pure slasher build, you get over 1,000. But with a build that's like a playmaking defender or something like that on twos, you only get around 700 to 750, I believe, or maybe around like 800. But again, just the more slashing, quote unquote, that's in your build, the more rep points you get for it. So if you're a pure slasher, you get the most points. If you're a pure playmaker, you get the most points for throwing the lobs, stuff like that. Just understand, and as you see, we go 8 for 8 that game. Real casual, no, nothing crazy, but anyway, y'all get the deal. We're gonna go ahead and just like pan through 3 different games here, and a lot of them are just different instances where in this game, you know, it's like people who, you know, quote unquote, when you play against people like this in PUMA, you're going to be calling them sweaty. You're going to be like, oh, these dudes are fiending for stopping our lobs. They're just camping paint. They're being some, you know, they're being like just annoying with it. I'm going to just put it like that. And a lot of people, instead of, you know, just playing the regular game, keep on forcing the lobs. Whereas in this game, you're going to go ahead and see us just play a normal game. And again, I understand this isn't PUMA. We're not acting like we would in it. But again, we're going to, like I said, just play our normal game in PUMA because honestly, like, when you try to force lobs when they're not giving it to you, they just don't work. Lobs only really work when you're wide open. I understand, though, it does work sometimes, you're going to see, but as you can see, 2 elites in this game. Anyway, as far as that, like, playmaking and slashing tip goes as well, don't be fiending for, like, running a pure play and a pure slash. Like, if you come out here with a lineup that's just not going to coexist well and not work, you're gonna run into a lot of problems. You're gonna get real annoyed by the fact that like they're just taking away your one like thing that you can do on offense. So I'm talking like literally you're gonna have to come out here and put up wide open threes as the pure playmaker every single play because all they're gonna do is just sit paint and not let your slasher get any lobs. Now this right here is another tip, as you can see, running this little inbound play right here. So I'll just run that back one time and let you guys just kind of understand how this works. So don't get me wrong, this is real toxic. This is super toxic, but it's honestly very, very understandable to do when you play like one big and one guard because they don't want to switch this. Now, you saw in that gameplay against the two bigs, maybe you caught on to that, but if you didn't, when you play two bigs, they're much more willing to switch everything off of this. And I'm talking like, for instance, the guard would pick me up here and just bump me. And honestly, he did, but he's still too small and like not really far back enough to cut me off. But as you can see, like I said, two bigs would just switch that every time, and it's hard to really like make that on a true big man when you're trying to like get the lob. Now, don't be wrong, you can run past that big man super easy too, and it's just about as easy as that. Now, right there, you can see they're feeding the passing lane, so we don't go for that. And honestly, it's all like I said, take what the defense gives you. If you come out here and force everything, you're gonna get turnovers, you're gonna miss shots, you're gonna just miss contact dunks and stuff like that because you should have hopped. It's just a lot of, and look at this, like again, he's playing super tight, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna backdoor. I mean, it's really as easy as that. And like I said, you gotta come into Puma with the same mentality, because at the end of the day, a win's a win. You know, you still get the win bonus, you still get the opponent strength, you still get like, you know, teammate grade bonus and all that stuff. And honestly, I'm just here to say, the specific things you do for rep are not all that important. Now, if you watch tendencies and you see that big man step up like he just did on that play, don't be wrong, I'm going for the lob next play easy. Now, you see right there, just complete BS, but you get the deal. Anyway, move along with some more of our tips. As far as like tip number 5, I believe this is, don't just run from comp. And I don't mean to say that as like an incentive for me to just get more games, but like seriously, like I was talking, the opponent strength is actually like really big time as far as how much rep you can get. I believe you get up to like 4,000 almost, or like 3.5k, which actually turns into 7k, as y'all know, with like the double or with triple and quadruple. Like, dude, opponent strength is actually a big time thing. And to just run from comp, you'll even get this opponent strength stuff if you lose games. And honestly, like I said, to just run from comp is just a waste of your time, really. You're just gonna sit there and wait for other games against scrubs when instead you could just be playing, you know, true comp, having a little bit of fun too. Like, I understand it's not always fun to like try to play, you know, the best of the best, or like, and honestly, I'm not, when I say comp, I don't even mean me. I just mean like, you know, a lot of these like SS1s, they see like even an SS2 pop up and they're like, nah, bro, I'm just trying to play some pros, get my rep. It don't work like that. I'm telling you, like for real, to play people that are higher reps than you will actually be big time and tremendously like important as far as how to get your rep in this event. But anyway, moving along to the next tip. Don't wear yourself out on the first day of Puma. Again, what I want to like really explain to y'all, and you see again, super quick gameplay. Like this is the other thing too. When you play, when you take what the defense gives you, you can make games super quick, especially if you're gonna just play to those tendencies. People are literally just gonna, and I know, I'm sorry, I didn't really talk about the first, the next tip that I was talking about. But again, just want to segue to that real quick. Where again, just don't fiend for like lobs, because people are gonna try to take them away from you because they know you're trying to get your rep, and they know they're gonna be able to catch you slipping and get turnovers just because you're trying to force it. And a lot of people are gonna call you sweaty for doing that. A lot of people you're gonna call the other team sweaty for trying to take away your lobs and make you play a real game. But that's just what it is. If you play people that have a brain and are competent, you got to be able to just adjust and, you know, get games over with quickly if they're really about that stuff. Now, again, it's not that serious. This is just Puma. At the end of the day, it's not like it's some event that your whole life rides on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this thing lasts a while. Honestly, the best thing, like I was saying, is to not wear yourself out. And especially on the first day when it's just double rep, don't be fiending for that. Like, for real, you can get double rep, honestly, 30% of the time that you load up 2K. Like, for real, whether it's the wheel spin and, you know, you just get lucky with that, or say it's ruffles, or, you know, like even dime time and dunk fest, like things like that. It's almost at least 30% of the time going to be double rep. So don't fiend for the first day of Puma where it's just ×2. Now, like I was saying, the reason I say it's so important to get infected as soon as Puma releases is that there's a set time that it goes away. So like I was saying earlier in the video, when you go from, you know, if you do it at the very beginning of when Puma comes out, then you could literally get 24 hours on the third day of Puma of ×4 rep. If you wait and then, you know, you're like, oh dude, I'm trying to go crazy on this like ×4 PUMA and, you know, like like stay up till like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. doing that and like literally play all 24 hours. Like I said, the sweaties can like do what they want. I'm gonna do that as well. But like I said, don't fiend for the first day of PUMA. That's all I'm saying. Don't be staying up, burning yourself out, playing for 24 hours on just double rep. It's not that important. Wait until like literally ×3 or ×4 to really go crazy. If that's what you're trying to do. But anyway, moving along. Be really smart with your wheel spins. This is the last tip I have for y'all, and we'll just end the video on that note. But be real smart with your wheel spins. So I'll make an example, a complicated one and a simple one. So the simple one, don't spin your wheel unless you have people to play with. It's about as simple as that. If your squad isn't on, don't spin. You get double rep on a wheel spin when your boys aren't on, you're gonna be hurt. I'll just put it like that. But anyway, with that said, the complicated one is don't waste your spin completely. It resets at 2 p.m. Eastern time, I believe, and 1 p.m. or my bad, not p.m. 2 a.m. Eastern time, 1 a.m. Central time. Sorry, I had my time messed up. But yeah, it resets at 1 a.m. Central time. So just keep that in mind. You could literally spin your wheel at like say 12:59 Central time, and then literally 1:01 Central time as well. So again, just keep that in mind. You don't want to waste your wheel spin completely, but make sure that, like, you know, you're doing it at a smart time when your boys are on and you can maximize off your rep. Man, I almost went the whole video without a cut. Okay, so one thing to really keep in mind is that when you hit double rep on the wheel spin, it's actually like literally ×2 reps. So if it's ×4 in PUMA and you get double rep, it's ×8. I've seen this firsthand. One of my teammates, Kitchen, y'all know him if you're familiar with the channel. Kitchen hit like double rep on the wheel spin, and it was ×4 on the the PUMA rep. And bro, this dude was getting 1.3% per game from his SS2 to SS3 bar. He only had 5 hours though, so just keep that in mind. Obviously, he didn't have the elite wheel, but bro, like if you get 10 hours double rep on the third day of PUMA, and you get you have like ×4 rep, you have ×8 rep for literally 10 hours. And maybe you even get super lucky and get 20 hours of ×8 rep. Do you guys understand how ridiculous that is? Like if I got that, I'm sweating. I'm going hard. Like I'm going for like all in on that and just like literally making the most of every single minute, because that could literally turn you from Elite 2 to like Legend in literally 24 hours. I just put it like that. But anyway, that's all for the vid. I hope y'all enjoyed. Like I said, if you learned anything and you got any tips from this, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. If we get this to like 1,000 likes, I'd really appreciate that, but I understand maybe if it only hits like 500. But anyway, that's all for the vid. If you made it to the end of the vid, put PUMA in the comments to show your support that you made it all the way through and just show me your loyalty basically to the channel. Or if you want to just do something fun and like put some comments to show me that you made it all the way to the end of the vid. But anyway, like I said, that's all for the vid. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. And that, hope y'all enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace.